let's talk about Slipknot though, because like that's my number one band that when you think about like masks and the gimmick, I think about Slipknot. But that new album, what do you think?
And their one that they did in 2019 was so good.
It was
the one
good.
that they did in
It
2019 was
It
so
was sick
good.
as fuck.
I had that on
We
repeat
we
at the
did an
gym.
entire like hour and a half podcast
Yes.
about how fucking incredible it was.
So good. So good.
2 words for this new Slipknot record. Actually, no. You know what? 3 letters. CMF. T. No, 4 letters. Corey motherfucking Taylor. That's all it is.
He did
It's
it. He
Corey
did it.
Taylor
Yeah.
doing his solo stuff for Slipknot. And
They talked
when
about
I-
that though.
Dude, I hit Mike up when they released their first single, and I was like, dude, this is fucking sick. And then everything else came out, and I was like, I take back my fucking
the thing
statement.
that got me though.
Yep.
Okay, look, it baffles my fucking mind.
No, he's pissed.
They've been doing this shit for how fucking long at this point? Okay?
Right,
They've
right.
been doing this shit for how fucking long? They had tragedy. They're back. They came back in 2019 with a fucking event, a vengeance. They were like, "Fuck you, we're back. We got a new drummer. We got a new fucking percussionist. We're killing it. We're killing it." They put out this new record, track 1.
Worst.
What was that? Why would you start your album like that, dude? I want to hear a fucking intro about death or sick or whatever, and then I want a banger immediately. I want a people equal shit. I want a
something that punches you in the face.
Yeah. Instead, we get a track 1 that's like, is this Pearl Jam's cousin?
Country.
Dude, it's so bad. And
Yeah.
didn't Clown
Yeah.
didn't Clown come out and say like it's not a good record? I'm pretty sure he came out and like did an interview about how it was like not that good.
I don't know if.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know if it was Clown, but somebody like mid-year last year came out and was like the writing process for Slipknot hasn't been the same.
Maybe Jim
for
Root.
a while. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It
I
was
think it
basically
was
like
Jim
a
Root
Corey
and
Taylor
Clown.
with a band, pretty much. is
I
what
heard.
they-
I saw an interview with Jim Root, and he said there was a point in time because a lot of this was written with a lot of COVID protocols happening, and he said that he wasn't he wasn't around the band for most of this writing process, and he said there definitely, when he came to the table, there was definitely a time where he said this doesn't sound like Slipknot, and he started interjecting on a lot of things. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a great start to hear Jim saying that. You know what I mean? Because shit, we're all used to
Sonny
Jim come out
Sonny
with a
just
shred.
said it was Jim Root that said that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is
Okay.
actual the article right here. I have it on Loudwire. And it says, Root says, of the forthcoming release, with my mindset being the way it was, I didn't have a ton of creative input. I felt kind of rushed trying to come up with ideas for this or that arrangement. We weren't as rehearsed as a band. We did not come in knowing the songs top to bottom, and that affected the record. That put us behind schedule. It had us not really arguing or fighting with each other, but trying to figure it out, like, what is the best way to approach this, knowing that we are doing what we are doing. The guitarist adds, you can make a plan and you can plan as much as you want, but the big clock above your head and the budget from the label and all this stuff, the studio we were at and the scheduling of that, there's so many factors that were against us making this record, and I'm surprised we were able to finish it. So it just seems like it was a rough process, and anybody that's been in this industry knows that the process that goes into writing a record is one of the most crucial processes of being a band, because you're not only writing something that's going to be the epitome of your band, if you will, for the next year, 2 years, potentially, whatever your writing, touring cycle looks like. But when you're a band as established as Slipknot is, you expect to have a process in place and you expect it to work. And that's something that I think a lot of people have talked about with Slipknot in particular, is that there's 9 of them, right? The writing process and the creative process has to be a little bit more difficult because you have so many members in the band. And to now hear it pretty blatantly, and this was in September. This was right after the album came out, like a week after the album came out. Or the week the album came out. So
Okay. So when you say that, when did their last record come out?
2019.
2019. What is it now? 2022?
3 years,
So
yeah.
we're 3 years.
2.5 because they released
So
it mid-year.
they did not tour for 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is no excuse for them to put out a shitty fucking
Yes,
record,
exactly.
That's true.
there is no
That's fact.
labels pushing you to do this. There is no label because you had 2 years off. And
And
with
you're
technology
Slipknot.
the way
There's
it
no
is,
pressure.
Yeah, exactly. And with technology the way it is, you don't have to be in the same fucking room to write a fucking song. Like, it's just too easy. So it just sounds like excuses, and it sounds like Corey Taylor took it and was just like, "Hey, I'm Corey motherfucking Taylor, and I'm gonna write this record."
And nobody was impressed by that either. Just to real quick, like nobody that I'm aware of was impressed with Corey Taylor's solo shit, right? And I'm not even here to bag that.
Oh,
but
no.
what I'm here to highlight
was a
or
joke.
underscore, it was. And he even said it. He even goes, I'm just having fun. I'm having fun with my money, and I'm having fun with what I can do in my network, and I'm just
And
using and people are
calling
coming in.
everyone I know.
Yeah,
to
I want
fucking
features.
Guest star.
Yeah, it's like I just wanted to have fun and make this stupid thing, and that's fine. Like, more power to you, Corey. You can do that. But at the end of the day, the majority of your fandom, you know, regardless of how good Stone Sour was, the majority of your fandom is a Slipknot fandom, and this can't be the Corey Taylor band. It can't. There are people that are too closely tied to the other members of Slipknot in terms of the music itself and what they bring about. And when they're speaking up, I mean, that I think it points to something that's going on, for sure. Unfortunately.
All his power was given to his son to make the next Slipknot album.
Oh, no.
You mean the next Vended album?
Ooh.
Oh God. Okay.
Which
Look,
the other last time we were here doing the podcast, we watched a Vended song on YouTube. It was me and
They're so
John,
bad.
and Toby, and there are straight up Slipknot riffs.
It's
Yeah.
going to be
In
the
that.
next best Slipknot album.
Yeah, but
dude,
you know what? At least
it's-
we might get some good Slipknot when Vin
Right,
Dead
right.
comes out with.
Right. I'm cool with
Is
that.
that
I'm
his
fucking
son's-
cool.
is that
I'm
his son's
cool.
band?
I'm
Yeah,
cool
yeah,
with
yeah.
that
Oh,
because
no.
It's Sean the Clown's son drumming,
Son,
and then Corey's
and then
son
Corey's-
singing.
Like an offspring
Yeah.
master band.
Yeah.
Super band. Damn.
and it's cool and it's awesome, but at the same time, they've kind of fucking sucked. And
Yeah.
so
Well, it's like when
Um,
you have a pretty unique band like Slipknot, and they have their kids starting a band. You don't want it to sound like Slipknot. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want
no,
you want it to be influenced, sure, but whenever you're like, this is a fucking Slipknot riff,
right.
that's just upsetting, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That when you're that badass, and you have someone compare a riff they hear, no, that's a Slipknot riff. That means you're fucking super badass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know where I'm going with that, but it just bothers me. It's like, that's a Slipknot riff. That's when you know you're badass. You can't put out a shitty fucking record.
true.
That's
true.
where I'm going with that.
But
Like, when you have people that say, oh, that's a corn riff. Well, how can you put out a shit fucking record when you have a riff that, like, when people hear it, they think it's you? Like, come on, that's fucked up. Fuck that other band, Vended or whatever the fuck they are. They're so fucking terrible.
Yeah,
God,
dude.
it's
They're-
Been
horrible.
dead.
there, one more
They've
band.
been dead.
One more band that we
Oh.
could bring up. I haven't really dug too deep into them, but like someone said, I think even John made a joke that he was like, if you want to listen to a new band that's pretty sick that wears masks, it's Sleep Token. Give them a chance. Which
Ugh.
I gave them a chance. They are pretty cool, but the tone of the guy's voice doesn't like immediately suck me in.
They
you
were
know?
masks?
Nope.
But yeah, they do wear masks.
They
But-
wear like robes and shit, right? Yeah.
They do. And
Oh,
they
dude, I
paint,
mean, Slaughter
you know.
to Prevail.
Oh
they
yeah,
wear
yeah, yeah.
masks.
Slaughter
mean,
They're
Prevail.
dope
Shout
as
out.
fuck, but
Yeah.
Oh, they
but
do.
I mean, one band that we haven't talked about is the Misfits.
Oh, true,
you know,
true.
They're
Shout
kind of a
out.
Sonny, holler at your boy.
Yeah. We haven't caught up
Misfits.
with the comments in a second, and we're on a delay too, you know, because we're doing this shit live. But you know, let's talk about some of the comments that have been going
Yo,
up.
Sarah Grace is in the house, and I don't feel comfortable with her in here.
Sarah Grace Henderson Smith. Too many names. I'm in your house. That's scary.
Yeah,
That's
it is. And why the fuck do you have 4 names? Shout out to my friend Tyler
Fucking
James.
4-name having ass.
Actually,
What you got?
no, my
Too many goddamn
guitarist in my band. This is his full name. You ready? Shout out to Tyler James Charles Lance. All 4 first names. All 4 of his names are first names.
Oh,
Tyler
that's
James
not
Charles
cool, man.
Lance is his full
John
name.
That's not
Cougar,
cool, man.
Mellencamp Heretic Smith. You know what
Is
I
that
mean?
his real name?
I'm just-
That's a
I was
dope name.
about to
That's a
say,
dope name. That's a dope
Mellencamp
name.
had 2 other names in there? He didn't go by Heretic Smith? That'd been dope.
Sonny says, sexiest ghost of all time, Patrick Swayze. You goddamn right.
Fair.
You're welcome.
Didn't even
You're
think of that, dude.
welcome.
Yeah.
Didn't even
He
think of
was
that till
also
Fuzz said
He
it.
was also a fan of Hereditary.
Yeah, Hereditary was good. Donnie Wall said Hereditary.
Dude.
Luke Magia, new LOL cow. I don't know what that means. But yeah, thanks for the comment.
It's lit.
It's lit. Donnie, what else has said? Evil Dead musical, Toby.
I'm going to
Wanna
the
go.
Evil Dead musical
Evil
on
Dead musical.
Sunday.
Oh, wow.
One of my friends is in it. Shout
Wow.
out to Miles. He does
Miles,
the
shout
best darn diddly review show, which is a Simpsons podcast. Go check it out if
The
you like
best.
Simpsons.
Another gimmick band is.
Oakley Dokley.
Oakley
Oakley
Dokley was
Dokley.
so good
Yeah.
though.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
so sad I never got to see them.
What else we got? Donnie Wall says trash. I think maybe he was talking about the Rob Zombie not
Yeah, could
wearing
be.
his
Could be.
mask or his facial paint.
Could be.
Look, when
Um,
Rob Zombie cut his dreads, he went to complete shit. That's why he's got him back now. That's all I'm fucking saying.
New stuff is kind of cool though. I will say that.
And no, I
Yeah, yeah.
love their new
Yeah.
stuff. I'm just saying, when he went down that road, like, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
be who
yeah.
I'm supposed to be. Fuck that. Like, bands that get away from what they are, there's a reason you got famous. Don't get away from it.
Yeah.
Dude,
And then when you
like
try
I
to
said-
get away from it, fuck off.
like I said, we've seen your fucking house. Just be horror. You're horror.
Just- exactly.
Just be horror.
you were
the
raised
one
by
thing that-
carnies. Be
Raised
that
by
guy.
carnies. That's the next
Be that
record,
guy.
dude. Raised by carnies.
Raised by carnies.
Remember that song we had, Fuzz? What was the name of it?
Fucking bang a carny. Bang a carny. What
No,
was it?
You haven't lived.
You haven't lived until you banged a carny. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That was a shout out.
That was a dope ass
That
song.
was a Surrounded
too.
by Monsters.
That was when the Surrounded by Monsters didn't suck. That was shit. That shit was tight.
But yeah, we have a couple more subjects. We're gonna let Fuzz go pretty quick, but we're gonna kind of just go through these subjects a little bit faster.